Colette Doyle, editor of PA Life magazine, and we're here today at the Office Show 2012 at London's Olympia. We're running a seminar called It's a Man's World, about the experience of being a male PA in a largely female environment. In just a second, we'll hear what some of our speakers have to say on the topic, but before that, we're going to take a trip around the aisles and talk to some PAs about what they like best about the role of being a PA.
The challenge of being able to organise him, and the fact that he probably doesn't realise it, but there's a lot that he probably wouldn't be able to do without me, and it's that support that you can give them so that the smooth running of their day-to-day diary management and things like that. But I really enjoy my job as a PA.
It's actually the recognition and, you know, working for managers and getting the satisfaction from them when you pull off something that's really good, and being able to manage their daily routine and everyone knowing where they are, what they're doing, and them actually being where they're meant to be.
As their roles encompass more, I have to be more on the ball to help them with their day-to-day activities.
I do love the PA bit, but I do think sometimes our development in getting certifications is difficult in our role. So that's one of the other things I've been looking at today, is the training and trying to get a recognised qualification that any business will see, because they don't. They just think you're a secretary and that's it, and you just do as you're told, and it doesn't work that way anymore.
I have to say that I've not experienced men being paid more than women. I've worked in the private sector and the public sector, and on both occasions the guys are paid the same as the girls.
Yep.
And I don't think I've never experienced a situation where anyone's been paid more. I think people are paid more regardless of their sex if they're offering a better skills or qualities that this particular boss wants.
Well, I hate to say this, but we live in a sexist society. Men get listened more, men get respected more. I can't find any statistical reason why men are treated better, but it's just a case of sometimes they get that opportunity more so than women. I mean, I've trained thousands of PAs across organisations, and the 20 or 30% extra pay that men get is not because men are 20 or 30% better.
Everybody has aspirations and expectations to progress themselves. They might not always find themselves in the situation or in the company that will allow them to do that. I've had situations in the past where I've been promised, I worked for a music company, I was promised to move to a music executive role. This was going to happen in a year's time, 2 years' time, it didn't happen. The company was laying off people, and I'd seen that there was not going to be a place for me that had been promised to me.
Yep.
So I left and went to seek another role.
So you create your own career pathway,
you
in effect.
absolutely create. We all create our own destiny. You know, you're in the driving seat and you are the person that makes that happen. Then it's together with the new company and the new boss, the people that you surround yourselves with, but you essentially make it happen.
Down to the individual's own drive, then, basically. Yeah. And once you're in the role, I mean, do the panel think that some men use it as a progression within that company to become, you know, get a managerial status, or is the role of PA a long-term viable career option for men?
As a PA, there's no other position in the company that you can join in your very, very first day and have the CEO or the senior director's ear. You can walk into their office and say, I need 10 minutes with you. Well, it doesn't always happen, but you can sit down and straight away you've got their ear. So there's no other role, I think, that you can do that in a company. So if you wanted to progress through and then sidestep into something else, you have that person who can make the decision, you have the person who can help you and support you to do it, and you have the person that can push your career just by walking through the door as their PA.
Well, I think one of the great deficiencies is no career structure for PAs, no recognised career pathway. And that's something that we've tried to develop. Those of you that are coming to my presentation tomorrow, which might not be very many of you, because I know you tend to come for one day only, but one of the things I'm going to be talking about is action planning for your own career, so making sure you do have a plan in place. And you don't just have it, you communicate it. And I think that's one of the great deficiencies, that people say, look, to raise a family, to contribute to the cost of living, I have to have a salary of X. I'm not just content with my current salary. I'm looking to improve that year on year on year, but by a reasonable percentage. And that might be by modifying the job, by learning new skills. But it can still be in a PA role. The one thing that we're very passionate about is that, I'm sorry for all of you that have a title executive assistant, but that just doesn't cut it for me. The job title ought to be executive personal assistant, because that means that your professionalism is your professional is personal assistant, your status is executive. An executive assistant doesn't often achieve that, and it should have a management grade, it should have management status, and it should have management pay, because nobody can tell me ever that a PA isn't a manager, because you are managing the company's most valuable asset. Its director, its chief executive, whatever that person might be. It's a status thing, and I think that's important.
If you want to do it, go out and do it, but if you're half-hearted or you're not interested, then don't bother. If you've
got to put all your effort and energy into it.
If you don't want to do it, don't do it. The top tip is, if that's what you want to do, follow your heart and just step for it.
Okay, great. Andy, what would you say?
Yeah, I think I agree with Colin as well. If you decide it's something that you really want to do, you need to set that as your goal. Just be confident and go for it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I'd add to that is identify who you want to work for.
Good point, yeah.
Select the company you work for, select the person you work for, and go for it as like your life depended on it.
Yeah. But do your research first, basically.
Definitely, yeah.
Paul?
I would say, do you really want to be a PA? Or are you using it as a stepping stone for something else?
And if you are, don't do it, basically.
Forget it.
Right.
It's an opportunity, but I think you're just wasting everybody's time.
Right.
If you're going to be a PA, which can be a fantastic job,
Yeah.
then be dedicated to your boss and your company. Because if you're using it as a stepping stone, then it may not be, your heart may not be in it so much. When you've got to stay behind at 8:30 in the evening,
No.
just to do some stupid photocopying
Sure.
on some pink paper, it's not going to be so attractive to you if that's looking as a stepping stone.
No? Okay. And Adam?
I'd say don't shy away from starting at the bottom, working your way up with any role. I started off doing telephony and then worked my way up to receptionist, wherever secretary, blah, blah. So I think that, I think the top tip is, as with any role, whether male or female, don't walk in and go, I'm now going to be a PA to a CEO of a global company.
Right, you've got to work your way up, basically.
You've got to work your way up, and because it's learning tricks of the trade.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this roundup of what PA Life got up to at the office show. And for lots more information about everything that it takes to be a PA, keep coming back to the website. And don't forget to pick up your monthly copy of PA Life magazine. That's all for now. See you soon. Bye.